If it's through till 7 this evening here on BBC Radio Devon, there's a chance to try out one of the 2012 Paralympic Games' most popular sports in Devon this weekend. Wheelchair Rugby. The national organisation behind the sport is opening up free taster sessions in Exeter on Sunday. David Pond, the CEO of Great Britain Wheelchair Rugby, lives just outside Plymouth. He told me how he got into the sport.
I've always been involved in able-bodied rugby, and about 3.5 years ago, the massive investment that came from Sport England and UK Sport into disability sport required that the national governing body recruit a chief executive, and I was approached by various people from London to take on that role.
There must be major differences. What are they?
From able-bodied and wheelchair rugby?
Yes.
Well, the obvious, of course, is that they're in wheelchairs. And in fact, if you watch the game, you would probably struggle to see whether there was any relationship at all. But I guess the most important thing is it's the only disabled sport which has contact, and that contact is quite spectacular.
It's a national-based project. How many people are involved in this?
The sport is national. In fact, we are Great Britain, so we stretch right up into Scotland, across into Northern Ireland, as well as England and Wales. We've got at the moment about 300 plus players, but the project that we're starting to deliver across the country, Rugby Wheels, is to give an opportunity for youngsters, or from anyone actually, but from about 14 plus, to take part in the game.
And just how physical does it get?
At the top level, it's very physical. I mean, if you watch the Paralympics, you'll see chairs being thrown all over the place, people being tipped up as they collide with one another, and that's, of course, one of the really exciting things about it.
What do you think the participants get out of this?
Oh, I think a massive amount. I mean, I think that we have a number, for example, of individuals who play who've suffered some sort of spinal trauma. So many of them may be paralysed from the neck downwards, and so this kind of sense of freedom in a way, and the sense again that they can take part in something that's very, very physical and very, very exciting is something which is amazingly important to them.
And the future? Can you develop it even further?
Oh, unquestionably, and we've been fortunate. I mean, UK Sport and Sport England's funding and lottery funding has enabled us now to really deliver some great programmes. So what we're going to see down here now, the Rugby Wheels programme in Exeter and Cornwall is an offshoot of that. But we're also starting to develop a new programme with the military rehabilitation units, which is really exciting. The military recovery units, 6 of those across the country. And we're also just rolling out a national youth programme as well, which will start off in London.
Well, we've heard about the organisation. Let's talk to one of the players, and I'm very glad to say that Adam Simmons, captain of the Plymouth-based team, the West Country Hawks, joins me. It's an incredible-looking sport. Firstly, it's an incredible-looking chair. What differs between the basic rules of rugby and wheelchair rugby?
To be honest, quite a bit actually. It's not based on rugby at all. It started in Canada in the 1970s, and it's more based on American football and ice hockey. So you can pass the ball forward and you can tackle off the ball, and we play with a volleyball rather than a kind of an oval rugby ball.
I've seen it on the Olympics, and at times it's no holds barred. You get tipped out. It's rough.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a great sport for that. You know, disabled people are kind of wrapped up in cotton wool. Sometimes society sees us like that, and to be able to go full smack into people and knock them out of chairs is probably the biggest appeal for the sport.
Well, the match I watched on the Olympics ended in a scuffle as well, and the ref was involved. I mean, it is no holds barred. When it comes to the Southwest and to Devon, how popular is it?
Yeah, it's reasonably popular. We've got about 12 players. We're looking for more. We're looking to expand. We joined the National League last year, and we've just competed in the first league match of the season, which we did all right. We won 2 of our 5 games, so that's good. It is building, but we do need more players.
Do you get support from the rugby clubs of Devon?
Yeah, from Plymouth Albion a little bit. We are looking to expand. We're looking for sponsorship all the time, really. But yeah, a little bit of help.
And the chair does seem to be completely modernised, or at least altered for your needs and the needs of the game. Can you just take us through the chair?
Yeah, absolutely. It's designed by a company in Cardiff, and it's not like a day chair at all, really. You've got guards down here that are for smashing and for getting past people. The defensive players have kind of a bar on the front for picking and keeping players at hold, and then you've got the sort of guards on the side which are quite springy, so people go into you and they just bounce off.
So
yeah.
I was going to ask, do you have the exact same positions as rugby would? Do you have a prop? Do you have a hooker? That sort of stuff?
Not really, because there's 4 on a court. You tend to have 2 attacking players and 2 defending players. And yeah, the attacking players do most of the scoring, and the defending players, like in American football, are the blockers. So they will block the other side in order for the attacking players to go around and score.
So it's closer to Hong Kong Sevens, but then modified once again.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So when's your next match? When can people actually see this?
We're doing some wheelchair demonstrations over the next this weekend, and then next month as well. And our next tournament again is in Leicester in February.
And if anyone would like to get involved, how do they get in touch with you?
We've got to have a website, which is just Google West Country Hawks, or come along for a training session on a Monday evening at the Life Centre between 6 and 7.
My thanks there to the team, and also I can point out that the taster sessions are on this Sunday, October the 20th. That's from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. at St Peter's School in Exeter. And there's another taster session happening on Sunday, November the 3rd, again back at St Peter's School. That all-important website, www.gbwr.org.uk, and it'd be great to see that back on television. I know there's more detail on wheelchair rugby coming up on Spotlight this evening from 6:30. Just coming up to 5:46, let's catch up with the headlines here on BBC Radio.